Hello, hello, hello! How are you guys doing this evening? Can you believe it? I actually made a nighttime vlog. After 4 days of vlogging during the day, of sleeping all through the night, I am finally vlogging at night. It is 11:41 p.m. I just dropped off Tanya Jean. And do you know what I realized? When Tanya Jean and I were on our way to Meijer, because she had to do a lot of shopping, and I had to get not wrapping paper, but I had to get bags to put some of my gifts in for Alex, and I had to get I almost said saran wrap. What am I talking about? I had to get construction paper. No, not construction paper. Tissue. Tissue is, what's that called? Tissue paper. To wrap a bunch of the stuff that I got. So I had to get that. I'm looking for, oh, well, I guess this Stardust lip gloss we'll have to do. But I realized as I was on my way over there, I was in Tanya's driveway, and I was like, oh, I'll read a few of the comments that I got on my vlog since I posted my vlog so early today. So let me tell you what I did. I got all of my stuff done on my computer today, and then I shut my computer and thought I had posted my vlog, but I hadn't posted my vlog. My vlog was still processing. So it is 11:43, and now I have to go home, and I have to re-upload my vlog from yesterday. So I don't know when I got it up. So anyway, I apologize for that, but that was my mistake of the day. I had a good day today, except for the fact that little Boo Radley has just not been feeling good all day long. We can't figure out what is wrong with him. We thought at first maybe it was his teeth, but it's not his teeth. So we're not really sure. Boo Radley has a hard time, like this has happened to him in the past, where he had a hard time jumping on the bed. But it hasn't been a hard, like he's had an easy time jumping on the bed in the last, I don't know, 6 months to a year. So Alex was like, do you remember, like this is kind of how he acted the last time? So I was like, I guess. And he was like, well, maybe he tried to jump on the bed in the middle of the night, and he was like, do you remember like picking him up and putting him on the bed? And I don't, but that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. And I reached over and lifted him up, or, you know, like when I went to the bathroom, put him up there, because sometimes like they'll jump down if I walk into the bathroom in the middle of the night. So we're kind of thinking maybe that happened. But if he's just been very like quiet today, and he's been like sleeping a lot in his little house. And if he is not feeling better by Monday, I'm going to take him to the vet on Monday. So we can't figure out what it is. Like we like fell all over him, and he feels completely, he just, you know, he acts like he's completely fine. He cries out every once in a while, but it's like just random, and it's just like one time he'll go like that, but it's just like maybe every 2 hours, and there's like no association to what it is. He ate all of his dinner tonight, like, and ate it quick. He's drinking water, he's going potty, so we literally can't figure out what it is. I don't know, little guy, I hope he's okay. Stresses me out though, he's my little baby. But other than that, I kind of like, when I was filming videos and stuff, I let him be down at his house, but other than that, I kept him close to me all day long. Little Tucker was you could tell Tucker was like worried about him. He was like always sitting right next to him, and Tucker's such a little caretaker dog. He's so cute. But so I made the bed real cozy and made sure Boo Radley was real comfortable on it. And then when Alex came home tonight from work, what did we do? Oh, I got, he ate a late lunch, so I got Yats. I actually took my Ugg boots back to Nordstrom that I bought. So Alex came home. I didn't want to leave Boo Radley by himself, so I waited till Alex came home so that I could run to do some of the things I wanted to do. And I was going to do this review at Chick-fil-A today for my review channel. But by the time that Alex got home and I drove up to Chick-fil-A, the line was literally around Chick-fil-A. So I was like, okay, Alex is texting me. I don't know what he's saying. So by the time that I got to Chick-fil-A, the line was so long, I was like, I'm not gonna do this review today. So I just didn't do a review today because I couldn't think of anything else to do. By that point, it was like 6 o'clock. So, hold on a second, let me see what he's saying to me. Okay. He said that Boo Radley was up with him, but then he went back to his house, and he seems most comfortable there. He likes to be down in his little house. I'm going home right now to get up this vlog, so I'll check on him and while I'm home and see how he's doing. So yeah, so I didn't do the review. And then I went to Nordstrom. I was actually going to return these boots on Monday, but I was like, let's just go see what it was like now. And the mall was dead. I was really surprised. I thought Saturday night before Christmas it would be packed. And I wasn't going to go in if it was packed. But like I pulled in, it was less busy tonight, which is really surprising to me because when I drove through like Castleton, which is another like mall that we have, like all of the restaurants like Olive Garden, Applebee's and stuff, like they were all completely packed. It is so hot in here. Tony kept on saying, can you turn the heat up? Can you turn the heat up? Whew, it's up to 75. We just, Tony and I just went and looked at Christmas lights. These Christmas lights that go to the Christmas music. We sat out there and watched them for a little bit. It was pretty. And our exciting night, Tanya and I, we went to Meijer. She had so many things that she had to get at the grocery store. We walked up and down literally every aisle. There was this guy that was like following Tanya in the store and like staring at her and stuff, and it was so weird. This like older guy, and he was like, he would pick up stuff and he would carry it. And so finally I was like, I said to Tanya, I said, I think that guy is following you. And she was like, I thought the same thing, but I didn't want to sound strange. And it was so weird. She was like, when we were coming in, he was leaving. And I go, how do you know? And she goes, because he like looked at me. And he was like walking up and down the aisles, and like he would pick up stuff and like carry it around, and then he would put it back down somewhere else, and he wouldn't have anything in his hands. And he was obviously like staring at Tanya. So we were like on this one aisle, and I said real loud, I said, why are you following her? And then we didn't see him for a while. And then I was down, I was getting these like immunity booster things that I've been getting and I like. And Tanya and I both used the restroom, and so she went ahead, and so I went to go find her, and he was like at the end of the aisle, and I came like pushing my cart down the aisle and towards Tanya, and then we never saw him again. He must have left or something, or thought I figured him out, but that was weird. And then we were at the gas station, and this poor girl who had just gotten off work from this restaurant, she needed her car. She was like, well, you guys, what do you call it? When you do, ow, shoot. Oh, ow. Oh, right on my funny bone. Oh, that hurt so bad. Ouch. What's that called? Jumper cable. Jump her car. And I don't know how to do that. And so at first I was like, I said, no, I said, we've got to get out of here, I'm sorry. And then I sat in my car for like 2 seconds, and I felt so bad. And so I said, actually, I rolled down Tanya's window. Tanya goes, I knew you weren't going to pull out of here without helping her. I said, Tanya, I can't, I feel bad. And so I was like, hey, do you know how to do it? She's like, oh yeah, I've got the jumper cables, I know how to do it. She was like, my car just died as soon as I pulled over and got gas. So I pulled my car up in front, and she did the whole thing. And God, that pickup truck is going like 70 through here. But I was watching her closely. I've had people show me how to jump a car so many times, and for some reason, I don't think it's that I don't remember how to do it, because whenever they're doing it, like, I'm always like, you do this, you do that, you do this, you know, like, you line up the positive to positive. But, like, I think I don't trust myself to do it on my own, is what it is. Like, I'm afraid I'm gonna, like, blow up the car, you know? She was really sweet, though. I felt so bad for her. And we were, like, asking her questions, and she lives like 25 minutes from here, and I said, well, don't stop on the way home. She was like, oh, I'm not going to. I'm going to make sure I get home. So yeah, so then I went to Nordstrom earlier today, and I got these leather Uggs, but I really just wanted the really basic kind that are a lot cheap. They're like $100 cheaper too, that you just slide on, that are like mid-calf, you know. Those were the ones that I wanted. So I looked on Amazon, and they actually have them on Amazon, and they were more than $100 cheaper. So and with Prime, they can be here on Monday. So I was like, at first I told Alex, I said, I'm just going to keep both of them, and then the other boots I can wear to like dressier things. And he's like, you're not going to wear boots that much. And I was like, no, you're right, I'm not. And I said, this is stupid. So I took the boots back, and I had ordered the other ones. So did that. Oh, and then I went to my post office today. Well, they were closed, so I couldn't pick up my packages. I have like these yellow things I have like a couple of these now. So there's some packages that I haven't been able to pick up. You guys, this was so nice. I literally had like 50 Christmas cards in the mail. You guys, it was so nice. And I got a few presents. I'll try to show them in a vlog. They're all on the kitchen counter. Like, our kitchen is a mess right now of all just kind of stuff just like all over the place. I had bought this, so anyway, that's my floor mat. Now I won't be able to recreate the sound. But I just sat there and I read the cards and stuff, and it was so nice, you guys. It really like lifted my spirits today. It lifted my spirits today, and it just, I mean, I was in a good mood anyway, but it just made me so happy. It was, so if you guys sent me a card, or something, I'm going to show it on here, but thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And quite a few people sent cards for Alex too, which was really sweet. And then, oh, I had got my yats to eat. I got the B&B, which is black beans and caramelized corn. And I did not get peanut butter pie tonight. And they didn't have any ice, so I didn't get a fountain drink. But I didn't get any peanut butter pie because Alex has a client that she loves to bake, and she knows he loves cheesecake, and she made him a homemade cheesecake. So we had homemade cheesecake at home. It was like huge. It was like this big, huge cheesecake. It was so delicious. So I came home, I brought my yats, and I watched 2.5 episodes of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That show is like stressing me out. I don't know what it is. I started off having like all these favorites that I like, and really now the only ones I really, really like are Heather and Whitney. I think are like really the only two that I really like. I mean, it's okay. It's just, it's a lot. Like this season, or this like franchise of the Real Housewives is just a lot. And they get so upset about stuff. And did I watch something else after that, before that? No, I just watched that. And then Tanya and I were supposed to go to Meijer at 10, and that was at like 9. And I texted her and I said, do you want to go early? And so she said, yeah. And so I said, okay, let me brush my teeth. So I brushed my teeth. And then I picked up Tanya Jean, and we went to Meijer. And then afterwards, she was like, I need a fountain pop. Do you want to go get a fountain pop? So we went and got a fountain pop. And then we went and looked at Christmas lights for a little bit, which was really fun. Well, we looked at Christmas lights on the way there, too. Because there's one neighborhood that we go to every year. But people, like, really did up Christmas lights this year. And so I told Tanya, I said, I think we should go to some of the other neighborhoods So I said, I want to see the one where this one street, the two houses are like you turn on the radio station and the lights go to the music. It's really fun. They were playing this song from that. No, that's, what is that from? That's Charlie Brown Christmas. Oh no, that's the Grinch. They were playing this Home Alone song that was in Home Alone. Not Carol of the Bells, but something like that. When we were up there. And then I pulled away, and Tanya goes, are you going to pull away already? We didn't even see half the show. There's 3 more shows. I said, how do you know there's only 3 more shows? And she said, because Eric and I sat out here and watched it for like a half an hour. So anyway, and then she was telling me everything that she bought everybody in her entire family for Christmas. And she's been sending all that stuff off. And then, yeah, Tanya's not doing anything for Christmas. She's just going to be with her son and her husband. And work the kennel, obviously. Tanya never, like for holidays, she always has to work. So, I mean, the kennel still is running, So, although she's not super busy this year, but. And that was my glamorous day today. My glamorous life. Do you remember that song Glamorous Life? Was that by Sheila E? Vanity. Who sang that song? I don't remember. And now I'm going home to make sure that my vlog gets up sometime. And then I'm going to come back out. And then I'm going to come back out and I'm going to finish vlogging this. And then I'm going to go home and I'm going to put this up. And I have been, my sleep, I don't know what is wrong, but, I have been so tired between, 9 and 11 lately. And I was driving over to Tanya's, and I was like, please, God, give me my second wind, because I am so tired, I don't even know that I can walk through Meijer. And we were walking through Meijer, and, I mean, she told me before, she's like, I have a long list of stuff I have to get. And I was like, that's fine, Tanya. I mean, we literally walked the entire store. And, so I was like, that's fine, don't worry about it. Is this thing out of focus? I cannot even see. And, so, we, halfway through the grocery section, I literally was like, my feet were hurting, and I was so tired. I was like, I just am, exhausted. And then we got in the car, and we started driving around, and we got the fountain pop and stuff, and I kind of, got my second wind, and now I'm awake. And I really want to listen to some of my audiobook, because I'm listening to the second book in the Jacqueline Frost series. The first one was called The 12 Slaves of Christmas. A bunch of people were tweeting about this today, and they included me in it, which was really cool. And I am an influencer, okay? I influence people to read cozy mysteries. I will proudly claim to be a cozy mystery influencer. So anyway, So I read The 12 Slaves of Christmas, which actually I really enjoyed. So I started the Knife Before Christmas, which is the second one in the series, and it's super cute. It starts taking, cute is what, there's a murder in the first 10 minutes of the audiobook. It takes place a year later, and but it's very similar kind of thing. So I have to listen to, so I listened to it at 2 times 5 speed, and I broke it down, and it's less than 4 hours total. So I have to listen to 2 hours tonight and 2 hours tomorrow to finish this book by Monday, so I can still be on schedule, see? And this one graphic novel that I bought that's called Noise, you guys, it's literally 20 pages. So I'm like, tick that one off my list, and then I will quickly be getting to my 100 books a little bit quicker with all of that. But, yeah, so I want to finish that, and then I also have a Redbird Christmas, which is by Fannie Flagg, that I want to listen to, and then I have another Christmas book that I actually bought last year that I want to read before Christmas. So I have 3 Christmas books that I want to get done before, next week, and that'll take me to, that with a graphic novel. If I should finish my other 2 graphic novels that one that I'm reading, that noise, would literally take me less than an hour. I started it, I got like 4 pages in, and I was like, I can read this in like probably one setting in like an hour. Not even that. So with that, I think that takes me to 87, and then this one would be 88, and then my other two would be 89, 90, and that would take me to 90 books for the year so far. And then I would have 2 weeks left to read 10 books. I just know that I'm going to get down to the wire, and my New Year's Eve is going to be spent just like during the day. I'm going to be driving around just nonstop listening to audiobooks to finish, to get to 100 books. I just know that's going to happen. I'll be like, I have to finish this book tonight. But then, if I don't, what I'm going to want to do is, I'm going to want to like start a new book on New Year's Eve so that I finish it on New Year's Day, so that on New Year's Day, I start the new year with 1 book completed already. I know I'm going to want to do that. And next year, I'm going to make my goal. If I hit 100 books this year, if I don't make 100 books this year, God, I can't believe I'm so close. It's so crazy to me. I've still read so many great books this year, you know? But if I don't make it to 100, then next year my goal will be 100 again. If I make it to 100, then my goal for next year is going to be 101. Or maybe 102. Like, if I really want to push it, I'll do 102. But then I can't, like... The thing is, if I had never slowed down, all I would have had to have done was read, like, 3 books a week, which... I was doing that, like, when I was reading a lot, like, anyway, like, that wasn't hard. So, I'm just gonna have to keep up with it going into 2021. So, yeah. And then I talked to Mel today, and we were texting about what our first book of 2021 is gonna be, and what case we're gonna read. And, oh, I still have to read the true crime book for this month, too, which is the Casey Anthony book. I need to look and see how long that is. But I'm going to save that probably till after Christmas. I was thinking about tomorrow, we'll go to brunch. And then I was thinking about maybe after brunch, well, I want to give Alex one of his Christmas presents tomorrow. I told him tonight, I was like, so there's this funny story. When Alex and I first started dating, we went to this bar called the Metro, this gay bar downtown. And it was like a Wednesday night or something. I don't know what night it was, but it was like the 14th of December, something like that. And Alex had been drinking a little bit, and we were being very romantic that night. And, you know, it was our first Christmas together and everything. And we were right by this Christmas tree, and he said something to me about this Venezuelan tradition that if you're next to a Christmas tree at midnight on the 14th of December going into like the 15th or something like that, that you had to like kiss, and that kiss would mean that you would be together forever or something, right? So I totally believed this, okay? Like, I was like so into this whole, because like Alex's mom, like, she really believes in all these Venezuelan traditions, and then what I found out is that like half of them are made up, okay? There's no truth to them whatsoever. The grapes on New Year's, I thought that one was made up. And then we went to Mexico last year, and they actually did that on, they did that in Mexico too. So you eat 12 grapes at midnight, and it's supposed to be like good luck for the whole year. But like one of the things that they did was they would like take an empty suitcase and they would run around their house like 12 times at midnight or something like that. And that meant they were going to travel a lot in the year to come. There was like all these different, anyway. So his mom he and his mom like make up these traditions that don't really exist. Well, this Christmas tree one, I mean, at first when we first started dating, like everything that came out of his mouth, I totally believed. I was like, oh my God, really? So I thought this Christmas tree one was real. He was like, yeah, you can ask my mom. I was like, no, is it really real? And he was like, yeah, you can ask my mom. So like we were around his mom later. I can't remember what. He thought it was so funny. He had totally made that thing up. And I totally bought it. I was like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. But anyway, why was I telling that story? I don't even remember now. Oh, so okay, I know why I was telling that story. So we were sitting around tonight because he was watching Salt Lake City with me. I had bought this DiGiorno's croissant pizza, cheese pizza, that I was going to like review for my review channel, but I've had it for like a month now and I haven't like ever tried it or reviewed it. And so he was like, can I make this pizza? And I was like, I thought you weren't hungry. He was like, I wasn't, but now I am. And I was like, yeah, make the pizza. It actually looked really good in case you want to get it yourself. It looks like a deep dish pizza. It looks delicious. So, but I didn't have any of it because I just eaten my Yats. So we were sitting there and he was like, well, I was like, what are you going to do tomorrow? Like, he was like, are you going to make videos? And I was like, I don't know. I was kind of thinking maybe just take the day off and spend it just you and I. I said, but I might. I don't know. And he was like, well, because he usually takes a nap in the afternoon and then I make videos while he's taking a nap and then we spend, the rest of the day together. And I said, I was kind of thinking about giving you one of your Christmas presents tomorrow. And he was like, you were? Why? And I was like, well, it's a Peter Monn tradition that you get a Christmas present on the 20th of December. He goes, you're so silly. So we'll see. I don't know. It's kind of like a Christmas present that I have to like take him to go get. I already got him something really nice this year that I know that he's gonna love. I know he is gonna love it. I got him a couple things that I know he's gonna love, actually. He was really easy because he gave me like a Christmas list and I just had to go off this Christmas list and like pick what he wanted. I asked him forever and ever and ever. I was like, can you give me a list? And he was like, yeah, I'll give you a list. I keep on forgetting. I was like, if you don't give me a list, you're not going to get anything. I said, or you'll force me to have to figure out what I'm going to buy you and then you won't like it and you'll want to return it and stuff. We usually give each other like a little Christmas list and we usually get exactly what our Christmas lists are. So should I tell you what I asked for? I asked for a little Polaroid camera because I've wanted one for the last couple of years. I think it would be so much fun just like for he and I, like when we're like, just doing little stupid stuff to have little pictures of each other. Because I don't really have like, pictures of people. And then I asked for a nice keychain. Because my keys, well, they're on here, I'll show you. My keys are literally my house key and my car keys together, okay, on this thing. And the house key keeps on coming off of this in my pocket, and I'm afraid that I'm going to lose my house key. And so I'm like, could I get a nice keychain? I haven't had a nice keychain forever. Do you know I actually used to always, there was one kind of keychain and I used to always use it, and it was a Coach keychain. I don't know if they still make them or not, but it was the one where you like press the thing and it would hook onto your jean thing, and it was like a little leather strap, and then it had the keys on the bottom of it and they would go right into your pocket. They were perfection. It was like the best keychain ever. I don't know why I stopped using that as a keychain, those Coach ones. I think they're like $35. They're not even super expensive. I didn't like Coach for a long time. I definitely like, as far as like leather goods or bags and stuff like that, I really liked Louis Vuitton and Gucci stuff. I mean, if I was going to buy it or invest in it. But Coach has really cute stuff. Like, they rebranded like their whole stuff, and it's really cute. They have a lot of really, really adorable stuff right now. I bought those 2 bags that I got. They were I couldn't believe they were half off, and they're so nice too. They're really nicely made. I haven't started using them yet because I keep on using the same messenger bag, but I carry a bag with me like all the time now. And when Alex officiated that wedding, she bought him a Coach messenger bag, and it's the new branding that they have, and it's like, his is like, he's probably got a picture of it somewhere on like his Instagram or something, but it's like beige, and then it has like this round circle thing on it. It's so pretty. Is the camera about to stop? I can't tell if it's gonna stop or not. Okay, I'm back. Did you miss me? I know you probably think it's been like 2 minutes, but it's actually been like 2 hours. I went inside and got my vlog uploaded. That didn't take me very long, actually. I like threw open the computer and then it just started. Well, I had to like start uploading it again, and then the other one started processing, or getting to processing. So it only took like 15 minutes to get it up. But I'm sorry that I got it up so late. And then, of course, I had to check on Boo Radley first though. And he was down in his house, but he was doing okay. And then Alex was watching Schitt's Creek season 5. So I sat there and I watched like 4 episodes with him. I broke out some cheese dip and some those little bagel chip crackers and slices of cheese, sharp cheddar, and peanut M&Ms, and a glass of water. And I sat there with him while he was watching it. And we watched 4 episodes of Schitt's Creek, and we laughed and we cried. And we watched the episode where David has a surprise party for Patrick. That was the last episode that I watched before I left, and he comes out to his parents. And of course I was bawling my eyes out because I think that's such a sweet episode. And then Boo Radley, like halfway through it, he like walked upstairs just like, hello, everything's fine. What's going on? Oh my God, my battery just went to the halfway mark. So I have another battery though. And Alex took them outside and pooped and he's fine. So, and then he ate a treat and then he went back down to his house. He took his treat down to his house. So he seems okay. So hopefully he's better. And yeah, and then that was it. Then Alex said he was gonna watch another episode or 2, and then he was gonna go to bed. So I said, well, let me go finish my vlog, and then I will come back and go to sleep too. I don't think I'm gonna stay up. I was gonna stay up and listen to my audiobook, but I'm starting to get really, really tired. I was tired sitting there watching the show. It's 2:18 a.m. now. I did bring my, I brought my Coach bag to show you guys. So this is the bag that I got. It's called a camera bag. And it has these patches on it. I don't really know what they say on it. I can't see, but anyway. It's got these cool little patches. I think it almost kind of looks like like a toy bag. But it's called a camera bag. And it has this really cool strap on it that's like really long. It like lays right at my waist, and the back of it has a pocket. Isn't that cool? That opens. I can just like put papers and stuff in there, like, you know. And the inside is really, really nice. In the front, there's a zipper. You can see there's a zippered pocket where I can put like my wallet and stuff. And then I also got a blue and orange one. It looks just like this, but it's blue and orange, and it's called, except it doesn't have the patches on it. And it's called a varsity bag. This is called like the Monster Patches or something. But it's like a big bag inside, see? It fits my camera and my lip glosses, and there's 2 like pockets inside here. In the front. The back, there's a pocket in the back, a big pocket, and there's a pocket in the front, and then there's a huge part in the middle. So yeah, I think it's really nice just for like having a bag for the day to like go to lunch with or something like that. But see how I mean, like this is like, like this doesn't, if I held this up, you wouldn't probably guess this is a Coach bag, right? Like I love that it's kind of like, except for the Coach thing on the side. But I think it's really cute. I think it looks like 1940s luggage or something is what it kind of reminds me of. I love any of that kind of travel patchwork stuff on there. My messenger bag that I have has that on there. So, but yeah, so that's my new bag that I got. I'm kind of really into carrying bags. I used to like the idea of it. Do you remember, I used to talk about this on here. I was like, I like the idea of carrying a bag, but I probably wouldn't really carry a bag. And I've started like carrying it. I mean, I carry this messenger bag. I've been carrying it. Where is my wallet? Where is my wallet? Oh, shoot. It's not in there. Oh, darn it. Oh, it's right here. I've been carrying this messenger bag with me. Well, before I was carrying that fanny pack. And then I've been carrying that Superdry fanny pack, and then I carried the North Face one, which I really like. Now I've been carrying this messenger bag. And I'd like to get like a really nice fanny pack, or like a really nice like little backpack or something to carry as well. But I think every couple months I'm gonna buy a bag that I like and just change it out. I was just actually noticing that like in Schitt's Creek, David always carries a bag with him. And he always carries something that very much looks like a conventional purse. But you know what's so funny about it is like, I don't know, maybe it's because I still live in the Midwest and whatever. And I think people are super, conservative here still. But I would have no problem carrying. I don't know why I care, I always, but even like Alex will carry his, like he wears his like fanny pack across his chest, and I'll carry this. I always just carry, I'll show you how I carry. I just carry it like this. Like I wear it across my chest like a messenger bag, but typically I just carry it like that, like a purse, And sometimes I get some looks. I don't usually get as many looks as I used to, but I don't really care anymore. I'm kind of like, whatever. It's 2020, do what you want to do. Who cares if it's 1980, do what you want to do, you know what I mean? I cared too long what people said. I've always kind of liked the idea of, I'm like in my head as I'm like saying this, I'm like, this sounds like such a silly topic, but like, or silly thing to talk about, but it really isn't, honestly. Like, ever since I was a little kid, I was really infatuated with like purses and bags. My mom loved purses. She had lots of purses, and really nice purses, and really fun purses, and just every time I saw her, she'd have like a different bag, and sometimes she had big ones, and sometimes she had very nice ones, and sometimes she had like the Guatemalan woven bags, and sometimes she had just like a really colorful bag that she'd find at some little boutique or whatever. And I always loved the idea of being able to carry a purse or carry a bag, and have all your stuff in there, like I was always kind of like jealous of that, of like, well, you can put your wallet in there, and you can put your lip glosses, and handkerchiefs, or Kleenex, or perfume, or cologne, or whatever. Just carry all that stuff with you, and then you have it with you all the time, right? And do you know what's so interesting to me is that we live in a world where, like, I think we've come so far when we talk about like gender roles and things like that, but in reality, like, and I don't think this is just Indiana, I think this is many parts of the world, that for a man to walk down the street and carry like a backpack, just like a Jansport or North Face backpack full of the same things that he would carry in a purse, like nobody would think twice about it, right? But if you carried a purse, I think people have some judgments about that. And I think I finally just got to the point where I was like, and it really has just happened in the last couple months, where I'm like, if it's something that makes me happy, just do it. You know what I mean? Like, just do it. Why would you not do something that makes you happy? You're only here but for a short period of time. Isn't that funny that something like a bag that you carry, people have all of these judgments around it, though. You know what I mean? Like, that defines like who you are as a person based on what kind of bag you carry. It's kind of sad when you think about it, really, And in reality, I don't know, maybe a lot of guys don't think that they'd like to carry a bag, but that's something that I've always, been kind of like infatuated with or interested. I like bags. I think bags are, like, I love bags. Like, when I wanted to go into like fashion design, I wanted to design bags as well. And, but I don't know, I'd be interested to know if other people think the same thing. I don't think that the world has changed so much when it comes to acceptance of that, as much as I think that, like, the trends have changed. Do you know what I mean? Like, that, I think that has a lot to do with why that's more accepted now. Because I think the trends, like the fashion trends, have started to change. I don't think it's that the world is really that much more accepting. I think the world just kind of like looks and doesn't really say a whole lot, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I was listening to Christmas music as I was pulling away from the house, and it was Charlie Parker, White Christmas. And I was thinking to myself, can you imagine being like Christmas Eve, like a jazz club in New York City? It's all dark and there's people and they're like dancing and drinking and smoking cigarettes at this jazz club in New York. Come on, this like jazz club in New York City. That'd be kind of a cool Christmas Eve, wouldn't it? I mean, I love thinking of Christmas Eve as like cozy and everything, but like late at night, before you go home and go to bed, and listening to Charlie Parker, like, just imagine. And I used to listen to so much jazz music. I used to listen to, on Sundays, I feel like it was maybe on National Public Radio, there was this jazz show that I used to listen to. But it was like Sundays at like, this was when I first got sober, actually. I used to listen to a lot of National Public Radio. When I was growing up, my mom and I used to listen to this show that was all Celtic music. And it was called Thistle and Shamrock with Fiona Ritchie, maybe? Fiona something. And it was called Thistle and Shamrock. I think that's what it was called. And we would listen to it, and I loved it. Oh my God, I loved that show so much. And I actually ended up, like, kind of, like, getting, like, falling in love with a lot of, like, that Celtic music. What's that one guy's name? James somebody. He had a band, and I used to listen to him a lot, and I would buy his tapes and stuff. My mom would listen to that. We would listen to Fresh Air. My mom listened to National Public Radio a lot, and she would just drive around and, you know, pick me up from school and take me to tennis and things like that. But I can remember on Sundays, I think it was Sundays or Saturdays. Maybe it was Saturdays, but I feel like it was Sundays. I would get up and I would make a pot of coffee, and I would do the crossword. Maybe it was Saturdays then, because I didn't usually do the Sunday crossword, because the Sunday crossword is so much harder. Maybe I did do the Sunday crossword back then, I can't remember. But anyway, I would listen to, it was like this jazz hour, but it was usually John Coltrane that they would play. And there's that one John Coltrane song. That it reminds me so much of my early sobriety whenever I hear that. And every once in a while, if I listen to like a jazz station, it'll come on because it's a really famous song of John Coltrane's. He's probably my favorite jazz musician. I feel like it's called something in Solitude, or I'm gonna pull in here and I want to see what it's called. I can hear it. It has like this beginning to it. It's like do 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 do. But I remember they used to always play this song on this Sunday show, and it was. Do you guys remember the show on NPR? It was like Sunday Morning Jazz. It was Sunday morning. I think it was just called Sunday Morning Jazz. I know if I pull up John Coltrane songs, it'll be like one of the first ones because it's real famous. I should download it. I haven't heard it in forever. John Coltrane songs. Where's my battery at? Why isn't it coming up? Ten of the best John Coltrane tracks. Let's see what they... Because it's not pulling... It's not... It's not A Love Supreme. Oh, my battery on my phone is dead. Where's my battery in there? Shoot. What is it? Let's look in the iTunes store and then I can just buy it. John Coltrane. I can't believe I don't. As soon as I see the title, I'm gonna know it. In a sentimental mood. Actually, it's the first one. Purchase? Isn't that so crazy? It's so funny that I used to listen to that all the time. Why is it listed under John Coltrane, Harry Potter, like all the Harry Potter movies? I wonder why that is. And a sentimental... I want to see if there's a live version of it. Mental Mood Live. Did you guys ever see the movie, I always ask David this because he's a drummer. Oh, the battery's gonna die. Hold on a second. Look at my hair. I didn't bring my hat back out. Oh, do you guys want to see my bag really quick while I'm sitting here in this thing? So this is what it looks like. Is that not so cute? And then this is what it looks like inside. It's not super fancy, but it fit my camera and my wallet and stuff. It's really nice, I think. Look at the strap on this. See, it's like really heavy duty strap. I love it. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Did you ever see the movie Whiplash? About the drummer, the kid that's a drummer. Oh my God, that movie was so good. Tanya and I watched that movie. Is it out of focus? And I sat in her living room on the floor and next to the fireplace. And I just remember I just sat there and like I just could not take my eyes off that movie. That very end scene, or close to the end, when he just does that solo that's like 10 minutes long or whatever, 20 minutes long. I mean, that scene is like incredible. That was such a great movie. I don't watch movies like I used to watch movies. Tanya still does. Like, a couple nights a week, she'll be like, oh, well, we rented these movies, or she still gets movies from the Red Box. Or she'll say, like, I rented this movie off cable tonight, and it was so good. There was a movie not too long ago that she watched, and I feel like it was, like, with Liam Neeson or somebody, and she said it was, like, she said, you know, it wasn't a thriller, it wasn't anything like that. She goes, it just was a good movie. It was something about, like, they go to Italy or something like that. I don't know what it was called, but she loved that movie. She said it was really good. I really want to watch Christmas Chronicles 2 before Christmas, because I haven't seen it yet. I'm not, like, I don't really get into like watching Christmas movies on Christmas Day. Like, once Christmas is over for me, I'm kind of done with Christmas. I know that sounds like sad, but I'm kind of like, okay. Like, I honestly, the other day, this is so bad. I was like, okay, how many weeks until the pool is open? I was like, I'm ready for the pool to open so I can be at the pool every day of the week again with my neighbors. I had so much fun this summer getting to know my neighbors at the pool. I really did. Like, I really enjoyed that. I would get up and I would like start posting my vlog and like clean up around the house. And then I would like go get my coffee and do a review video. And then I would go to the pool. And then I would stay at the pool until like 3 or 4. Sometimes later, it just depended. And it seemed like Alex was working later too. But then I would come home and I would make like drama video and a Peterisms video and upload my review video. And then Alex would come home, we'd have dinner or something, and then I would go back out and vlog that night and listen to my audiobooks. It was like a really enjoyable summer. It was just really super laid back and stuff. It was nice. I mean, our pool's not fancy. It's just a small little backyard pool, but I don't know. I liked it. I got to know everybody, and they would come up there every day, and they'd be like, "Hi, Peter." And I'd take my coffee up there, you know, my Starbucks cups, and Sarah came up and met me sometimes, and Alex would take a day off here and there and come. I really had fun going to Tanya's pool, too. I might actually, next summer, I've actually thought about this. I might get a membership to that pool. I need to check and see how much it is. Because it was just really nice going there, you know. I mean, we have the pool down the street from us. I said something to Alex about that. He's like, that's so stupid. I'm like, I know, but like, it's a big pool. Like, it's nice having like that big pool, you know, that you can go to and just kind of like hang out and stuff. And then I wouldn't have to like wait to see if Tanya cared if I went. Like, I would just have my own membership. But I think it's kind of expensive. And I don't think you get really any... Oh my God, this guy just... Okay, like, are you gonna run through the red light? I don't think that you get anything else with your membership. Like, you don't get use of the golf course or anything like that. You just get the pool, and the pool is like real... I mean, it's not like a big deal pool. It's just like a country club pool. But it's not like a high-end country club. It's just like a neighborhood country club, and it's really nice. Like, it's a fun little pool, you know, and this is the guy, right? These are the people right here that almost went through the red light. They're obviously in a real hurry to get somewhere. They're about to go through this red light, too. She really is. She's like way out there in the middle of the intersection. Hope they drive safe. It's wet out tonight. But we had fun at that pool, and our sponsor would come up there and meet us up there sometimes, and we got food a couple times. That was fun. Well, Tanya always takes a cooler to the pool when she goes. She takes like a cooler of like Cokes and waters and snacks and sandwiches. She's always got all that stuff. She always loads up a cooler to go to the pool. She's so funny. I have to say, like, a lot of my neighbors did too. They would come up there for the whole day, and they would, like, you know, pack a cooler. That's the difference of like Tanya's pool, which actually I just passed. It's like right up, it's up here. Actually, it's up here to the left. But the difference is that, or is it back there? It's back there. The difference is, like, at Tanya's pool, like, if there's a bunch of kids there, like, the pool is big enough that, like, the kids can jump around and have fun, and it's not, like, really, like, you know, they're, like, in your face. With our pool, it's so small that, like, if there are a lot of kids up there, it's like they're 2 feet away, so they're, like, splashing in your face and stuff like that. So you can't really just kind of, like, you know, like, lay out if the kids are playing and stuff like that, which, I mean, it's fine, but, like, when it's several days in a row, it's kind of like, you know, I'd like some peace and quiet at the pool. I actually just enjoy sitting in the pool and talking to people. That's probably, like, my favorite thing. When Alex and I got the house in Florida, that was so nice to just have, like, I wish this was, like, it's good, but I wish it was just, like, a little bit more strawberry-ish. You can kind of see in the light that it's kind of reddish. See, I can kind of see through it. It was so nice to have that, like, house where you could just walk out and then the pool was right there and just be able to, like, jump in the pool at any time. Like, that was so fun. I loved that. Look at all the lights over there are so pretty. Can you see the lights? Can you see them through the woods? Can you see them over there? This is like, you can go in there and then they, like, take you, like, through a hayride. But every time I've driven by, it's been so packed. Look how far down it goes. See, it starts way over here, This is Conner Prairie, the settlement. Starts way over here. I'll show you where. There's the road down to Conner Prairie. And then it starts way over there. Do you see those lights right there? Then it goes all the way around, and it takes you like on a hayride. This is actually where Tanya and I were watching the lights. It's right up here. God, it seems crazy that we're like starting the week of Christmas. We're less than, what is it? Christmas is Friday? So we're Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, 4 nights until Christmas Eve. Seems unbelievable, doesn't it? Seems crazy. I don't really feel like talking about it tonight, but like this whole thing with like Boo Radley today really upset me because it reminded me so much of kind of like where we were at with PP last year. And I'm not really big on celebrating like or thinking a lot on the like the day of, you know, just the anniversary of all that, but I just can't believe it's been almost a year since he's been gone. That every little day that little guy like followed me around, and we'd sleep in, and he'd always be sleeping next to me when I woke up, little guy. And Boo Radley would follow him all around outside, and he'd sit next to me for all of my videos. I knew by this point last year, though, like when I was making my videos, like he didn't want to sit in the chair next to me anymore. He was tired all the time, you know. It's weird how life just kind of goes on. I really did not think that I would survive that. I really did not think that I would survive that. You know, like with my mom, I just was so numb through everything with my mom. Like I was aware of it going on. I mean, it wasn't like that. But it was almost like I didn't really realize the magnitude of what was going on until after it was over. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I just really didn't know how to feel. I felt so alone, and just like the idea of losing her was just so surreal to me. Like I just really couldn't even, I just didn't even know how to explain how I felt. But with like PP, and it's such a different feeling losing a pet. I think especially as an adult, you know, I think especially as an adult when you've had like a relationship with that, I mean, like, especially I was with him, like, not that I think it makes any difference, but every day, all day, I mean, he literally was my life, like, you know, just like Boo and Tucker are, but like, and there were a lot of moments too that like, you know, I mean, there were a lot of moments where our marriage was not good, and you know, like I would sit there and talk to Pee-Pee, as foolish as that sounds, or I would be worried, you know, that Pee-Pee wasn't going to be around. That if Alex and I, like, went our separate ways, that Alex would take Pee-Pee, you know, and, I don't know, I just think it's a different relationship that you have with a pet. Like, you can't compare the grief of the loss of a pet to the loss of a person. Like, you just... Like, I think I even made a comment one time, and I said something about losing... like Pee-Pee was harder than losing my mom or something. I think I made some comment like that in a vlog, and somebody was like, made some like really hurtful comment about it. The thing is that they're like so completely two different kinds of grief. Like with my mom, like I was prepared. Like my mom had been sick for a long time. Like I actually even felt like I had lost my mom long before she passed away. Like I knew she wasn't coming back. Like that was made very clear to me. But I also, like if it hadn't, like I also was aware. Like there was a point where I knew with my mom, like this isn't gonna get better. Like if it does, it's not gonna ever look pretty. Like they made that pretty clear, you know, like especially at the very end when they were like, she'll be in an assisted living program and she'll probably never walk again and never talk again, and she'll be on a, you know, feeding tube and an oxygen for the rest of her life. I mean, I knew that it was gonna be not pretty. So I think there was a point, you know, I think especially since my mom was so much like, I'm just a bag of soul, do not get attached to my body, because she like really drove that into me. And there was a point when I think I probably started feeling that way. And I think that has a lot to do with why I was so numb, you know what I mean? And I think that like when you're an only child and you lose, I think losing a parent, first of all, or losing a child is like, first of all, I can't ever imagine in a million years what it must be like to lose a child. I just can't. I think that that's got to be the most horrific pain ever. I mean, kind of with like losing a parent, I mean, when you're growing up, you kind of like, you know that at some point that's probably going to happen as you get older, you know, that your parents are going to, I mean, you're younger than them, so you know that that's probably something that's going to happen, right? But you don't know when or how that's going to happen. And I think that when it happens earlier, it kind of like knocks you off your feet because you're totally not ready for it, you know? I mean, I've had friends of mine whose parents have passed away when they were like in their late 70s and early 80s, and they're not ready for it. I don't think you're ever really ready for it. But I think I just was, first of all, I was just like in this total transition period of my life. And then on top of it, my mom passes away. But before that, she gets sick with this disease that like comes out of nowhere. And nobody knows what to do about it, you know? And I think it was just all of it, like, but like, I don't remember, except for like the first couple weeks, I don't remember there ever being like discussion about what we were gonna do to heal my mom. Like, I don't remember the doctors ever talking about, like, maybe after the first week or two, like, I don't remember the doctors ever talking to me about, like, healing my mom or, like, a plan. I remember it always being, like, to keep her comfortable, or it just was, like, very much just, like, to keep her alive. But I don't remember there ever being, like, any hope instilled in me about the fact that she was gonna like pull out of this and be like 100%. Like, I don't ever remember that. Like after the first week or two. After that point, like, I mean, I think it was, everybody knew it was pretty bad. Like, she got bad really quick in the hospital. And she didn't just go to the hospital once. So like, she went into the hospital, was it twice? And then she went in the third time, or was it once and she went in the second time? But they released her with dehydration. It was actually the first, well, she went to the first hospital, and they were the one that diagnosed her as Wegener's vasculitis, which they call it something different today. She had Wegener's vasculitis granulomatosis. And then that hospital released her, and then so she went to the other hospital where my dad was, because he wanted to be able to like talk to the doctors to know if something was going on so that he could communicate that to me and my aunt. That was the second time she was in there. So that was when they discharged her with dehydration. And we had people like at her house like 24 hours a day, and she wouldn't drink or eat anything. And she was super, super weak. And she lost like tons of weight. My mom was really small anyway. And then that's when she passed out in the shower after that. And then my aunt couldn't get her out of the shower, so my dad had to go over there. And he carried her out and took her to the emergency room. And that was when my stepmom came in and talked to her. And because she was refusing to be admitted to the hospital. And that was the last time she was admitted to the hospital. And that was when my stepmom got her to come in. Which is so weird. Sometimes I get real emotional telling that story. I don't feel like telling the whole story tonight, but yeah, and then I just remember them like putting her on like feeding tubes and stuff because she wouldn't eat, and they were trying to like get her hydrated. And then there was like a week or two where it was like, this is what we're doing to stabilize her vitals and this and what. And then like after that, like I don't remember them talking about like, well, this is the plan to get your mom back. I don't ever remember there being like a plan like that. And in fact, her having that diagnosis didn't even come up till later, because my aunt was so furious that they weren't addressing that issue, even though the first hospital had diagnosed her with that. Which is crazy in retrospect. But like that whole thing was just like, I don't even really know, like, if I really had any clue what was going on. Like, I mean, my aunt didn't either, and we were kind of holding hands through the whole thing. The doctors were not very they didn't communicate to us. I mean, they weren't communicating to my dad or anybody else. There was a team of like 7 doctors, and they were all different. There was like an endocrinologist, and then there was like, there was like all these different doctors, right? And they were none of them communicating with each other, which was like part of the problem. And, but I talked to several people afterwards, well, without being like really too specific about this whole thing, I think I've shared this on here before. My dad really pushed for an autopsy. He was like, your mom would want that. He was like, your mom was very scientific. She would want that because if there was anything to help somebody down the road. So we did. And he said, and also it'll rule out to see if there was anything that could have been done. Like if there was the hospital, this was partly their error, or because if it was like through her whole body and it was riddled, then there was nothing they could have done. And that's what we found out, was that this has been like, it had been all through her body at that point. So there really was nothing that anybody could have done for her anyway. It was affecting several different systems at that point in her body. So, and she actually, the area that it affected the most was her kidneys, which was why they had to put her on dialysis while she was in there. And then she ballooned up. It was like crazy. I don't don't know, like, but like the whole time that I was going through all of that, like, see, even now, it's like, if you've gone through something very medical like that, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's like, you go in, you check in with the doctors or the nurse on duty, they tell you, like, it's very much like, it's kind of like, like you're going to school, like, get your assignment, here's your assignment, here's what you, it's like, you don't really have a time to be emotional or think about it until, like, afterwards, like, when you're home, you know what I mean? And then when you get home, it's kind of like, then all of a sudden it, like, hits you, like, that night, but you're so tired because you've been, like, dealing with it all day long, plus dealing with everything else in your life, that it's like, you don't really know how to process it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and so it's kind of like this cycle. Like, I can remember a couple times that I was emotional in the hospital, like, other than when my mom passed away, but that was like, I feel like those were the moments that I was, like, overwhelmed with the situation. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, like, I didn't understand what they were saying, and I just would, like, have this, I just would feel overwhelmed with emotion, you know? Yeah, but, like, I don't know that I felt like I really had any clue. I said, yeah, but I don't know that I had really any clue really what was going on at that time. With PP, it was so much harder because I could tell he was fading. You know, and I think, like, with my mom, and, like, even though, like, this is gonna sound crazy, this is almost kind of contradictory to what I just said, but, like, because nobody was saying to me, like, until the end, like, this is really bad, like, I don't know, I kind of kept, I just kind of at some point thought we're just gonna do this forever. Like, I had done it for so long by the end, but, like, I guess I just kind of felt like this is just gonna go on for months and months and months like this. Like, I didn't really, I just, you know, and then that wasn't the case with PP. Like, I knew, like, this is bad. But I think any kind of loss is so hard, you know? This time is just hard. It's just hard in general. It's like, my aunt passed away, you know? Like, the last time I saw my Aunt Kathy was Christmas Day. The next time I saw her was at her funeral. And I remember that night because she was on an oxygen tank at that point. And she couldn't even walk to the car. And, like, Alex and David and I were, like, carrying her from, like, chair to chair. And we would have to stop, like, every, like, 3 or 4 feet because she needed to rest. It was just bad. It was so bad. And, isn't it strange how holidays sometimes make you think of all the loss that you've had, you know? You think about the people that aren't around anymore, and you think about the people that meant the most to you in your life, and the people that made those holidays so special, or your pets, or, you know. This car behind me is literally coming up, you guys, on me like a mile a minute. And I'm, like, not even going slow. If they're gonna go straight, I'm gonna turn right. And if they're gonna turn right, they're turning right, then I'm gonna go straight. God, I almost, like, tail-headed me. People are driving crazy tonight. Where am I at on time? Oh my God. Well, I think I'm gonna stop it here because I'm almost at the 30-minute mark. I've got like a minute left, and I've gone on for a long time tonight, so happier stories tomorrow, right? I think it's important to remember, though, the people and the pets and even the places sometimes the houses that we lived in, or apartments. Sometimes I think all of that, you know, and the things that meant the most to us, I think those are the things that really make our lives, you know, and I think it's important to reflect on those and remember those. And I like to do that. And even if it makes me sad, it makes me feel something, I like to feel that. I like to remember. You know, my friend, like my old friend used to say to me, she would say, if I can't cry about it, it means it didn't mean something to me, you know? And I don't want to cry all the time, but I do like to remember stuff, you know? And remember people and places and things. So anyway, I'm going to get off here now. I've got less than 10 seconds. So I love you guys. I hope you're having an amazing Sunday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!